This was my firstborn. I had all my mistakes. Everything I did wrong was with him.
When Yo Gotti's mother made that statement, little did she know that her eldest child would eventually be brutally murdered.
Well, at least 5 police sources have confirmed with Fox 13 that the person killed is Anthony Mims, also known as Big Juke.
In the wake of his brother's tragic death, Yo Gotti surprised fans by taking the stage at 42 Doug's Welcome Home concert in Detroit to deliver a powerful reality check to gang members. In this video, we delve into the shocking details of the statement Yo Gotti made and its implication in the grand scheme of things. Yo Gotti's message to gang members. Dressed in a dazzling all-white outfit dripping with diamonds, Yo Gotti captivated the audience when he appeared at 42 Doug's Welcome Home concert in Detroit just some weeks after the shooting death of his brother Big Juke. On January 13th, 2024, Big Juke along with other family members were in Memphis attending their uncle's funeral. They were grieving the loss of their loved one, seeking solace in the company of family and friends. Little did they know that tragedy would strike again just hours later. Not long after, Big Juke himself was brutally killed outside a restaurant in Memphis. The news sent shockwaves through the community, leaving everyone in disbelief. Big Juke was only 47 years old, with a promising career ahead of him. The circumstances surrounding his death remain a mystery, with officials focusing their investigation on a white Ford Explorer believed to be the escape vehicle. As the investigation unfolded, Yo Gotti was left grappling with the unimaginable loss of his brother. The pain and grief weighed heavily on him, but he knew he had a platform and a voice that could make a difference. Determined to bring about change, Yo Gotti made the decision to step back into the spotlight and deliver a reality check to gang members, and 42 Doug's concert seemed like the perfect platform. When Yo Gotti took the stage, the energy in the arena was electric. The crowd erupted with excitement, not expecting to see him perform so soon after the devastating loss he had just experienced. But Yo Gotti had a message to deliver, a reality check that would leave everyone in awe. He said, "We don't fold, we don't bend, and we don't tell." While this may have just been a part of his act, these very words stuck with the audience, leading them to speculate that he may have been sending a message to the alleged suspects involved in his brother's death. Many believed he was letting his brother's murderers know he wasn't scared and would never back down, regardless of what they did. Immediately he was done. Yo Gotti launched into his hit single FU, captivating the audience with his powerful lyrics and commanding stage presence. With each verse, Yo Gotti's voice echoed through the arena, carrying a weight that only someone who had experienced the devastating consequences of gang violence could convey. His lyrics painted a vivid picture of the harsh realities that gang members face, urging them to reconsider their choices and the impact they have on their communities. As he seamlessly spit rhymes alongside his friend, 42 Doug, there was no mention of the tragedy that had unfolded just days prior. The performance was a testament to Yo Gotti's strength and his commitment to using his platform for change. It was a moment that would go down in history, a moment where Yo Gotti confronted the harsh realities of gang violence head on. The performance came to an end, and the audience rose to their feet, giving Yo Gotti a standing ovation. It was a testament to the impact he had made, the seeds of change he had planted in the hearts of those present. The reality check had been delivered, and it was up to the gang members to decide what they would do with it. As the final notes of Yo Gotti's performance faded away, the audience remained in a state of awe. The intensity of his words lingered in the air, leaving a profound impact on those who had witnessed the powerful statement. In the aftermath of his performance, Yo Gotti's words, along with the recent death of his brother, served as a wake-up call, a reminder that the cycle of violence only perpetuates pain and suffering. Evidently, his actions mirrored the pain of losing a loved one, the families torn apart, and the dreams shattered by these senseless acts of violence. His message to gang members was a plea for change, a plea for gang members to choose a different path. The impact of Yo Gotti's powerful statement, along with the death of his brother, has so far inspired community leaders and the general public to take action, organizing anti-violence initiatives and outreach programs aimed at providing alternatives to gang involvement. The ripple effect of Yo Gotti's words was felt throughout the city as individuals and organizations united in their commitment to creating safer communities. Fans also took to the internet to share their opinions on Yo Gotti's statement, and also offer their condolences. Yo Gotti's powerful statement resonated with a lot of people who wanted the violence in the rap industry, as well as the black-on-black crimes, to stop. Through their collective opinions, it was clear they clamored for change and a way to break free from the grip of violence. The brutal murder of Big Juke evidently rocked the music industry, and Yo Gotti's statement serves as a testament to the power of music and the influence that artists can have in shaping society. Big Juke's shooting death. The music industry was rocked by the tragic shooting death of Anthony Mims, better known as Big Juke, the older brother of renowned rapper Yo Gotti. The incident occurred outside a restaurant in Memphis, where Big Juke and another individual were targeted in a brutal attack. The shooting, which took place on a Saturday afternoon early into the new year, left the community in shock and raised concerns about the safety of public spaces. In this section, we delve into the shocking details surrounding the shooting death of Anthony Mims, the reactions to his untimely demise, and its lasting impact on Yo Gotti.
Sources close to the family of rapper Yo Gotti confirmed the man killed outside a Hickory Hill event center is Gotti's brother.
It was a Saturday afternoon on January 13th, 2024, in Memphis, when the city was shaken by a targeted attack outside Perignon Restaurant and Event Center. Reports started pouring in around 4:15 p.m., alerting the Memphis police to the sound of gunshots. Officers rushed to the scene, where they discovered two men who had been shot. One of the victims turned out to be Big Juke. He was quickly transported to St. Francis Hospital, but tragically, he was pronounced dead upon arrival. The news of Big Juke's untimely demise spread like wildfire, leaving the community in shock and disbelief. The second victim, whose identity remains undisclosed, was also taken to the same hospital in critical condition. He was later airlifted to Regional One Health in Memphis for further medical treatment. The immediate aftermath of the shooting was filled with chaos and confusion as law enforcement officials worked tirelessly to secure the crime scene and gather evidence. Memphis Deputy Police Chief Paul Wright addressed the media during a press conference, shedding some light on the incident. He revealed that both victims had been attending a repast service at the restaurant, a gathering to honor and remember a deceased loved one. The motive behind the shooting, however, remains unclear. As the investigation unfolded, authorities began piecing together the events leading up to the shooting. According to TMZ, Big Juke had attended a funeral service for a relative earlier in the day. It's unclear if there is any connection between the funeral and the targeted attack. Police have not yet identified any suspects, and no arrests have been made at this time. Deputy Chief Wright emphasized that they believe Big Juke was specifically targeted by the suspect. The loss of a loved one is a deeply personal and painful experience, and for Yo Gotti, the death of his brother Big Juke has undoubtedly left an indelible mark on his life. While Yo Gotti has not made any public statements regarding the tragic incident, it is clear that the loss of his brother has had a profound impact on him. Yo Gotti, whose real name is Mario Centel Gaiden Mims, rose to fame in the rap world with his debut album Young Stars on a Come Up in 1996. Over the years, he has established himself as a respected artist and has been nominated for several BET Hip-Hop Awards. But behind the glitz and glamour of the music industry, Yo Gotti is now faced with the harsh reality of losing a family member to senseless violence. The bond between siblings is often unbreakable, and the loss of a brother can be devastating. Big Juke was not only Yo Gotti's brother, but also a trusted confidant and supporter of his music career. Big Juke's involvement in Yo Gotti's record label, CMG The Label, showcased their shared passion for the music industry and their dedication to each other's success. The impact of Big Juke's death on Yo Gotti's music and creative process is yet to be fully understood. The loss of a loved one can inspire artists to channel their emotions into their work, creating music that reflects their pain, resilience, and growth. It remains to be seen how Yo Gotti will navigate this deeply personal tragedy and how it will shape his future artistic endeavors. The loss of Big Juke is not only a personal tragedy for Yo Gotti and his family, but also a stark reminder of the ongoing violence that plagues communities. The investigation into the shooting is ongoing, and authorities are urging anyone with information to come forward and assist in bringing the perpetrators to justice. The news of Big Juke's death has also sent shockwaves through the music industry, leaving many artists and fans in a state of disbelief. Several artists associated with Yo Gotti's CMG label took to social media to express their grief and pay tribute to their fallen friend. Superstar rapper Glorilla, a member of CMG, shared a heartfelt post on Instagram. She posted a photo of herself at the 2023 Grammy Awards, standing alongside Yo Gotti and Big Juke. The caption read, "Get your rest," accompanied by a crying emoji. The photo captured a moment of celebration, now forever tinged with sorrow. Another CMG artist, Big Boogie, also took to Instagram to mourn the loss of Big Juke. He posted a photo of himself with his head bowed and the words "Forever Love You" written across the image. Big Boogie further expressed his grief through a series of Instagram stories, sharing photos and videos of Big Juke with messages of love and remembrance. Louisville rapper SG, a fellow CMG artist, joined the chorus of tribute. He posted a photo of himself with Big Juke, accompanied by a heartfelt message. ESTG praised Big Juke for keeping it real with him, writing, "Kept it real with me, I could never forget." The loss of Big Juke has undoubtedly left a void in the hearts of those who knew him. Beyond the CMG label, the wider hip-hop community also mourned the loss of Big Juke. Artists from various backgrounds and regions paid their respects to the fallen rapper. The news of his death served as a somber reminder of the dangers that can accompany fame and success. Fans and fellow artists flooded social media with messages of condolences and shared shared memories of Big Juke. The impact he had on the music industry and the lives of those around him was evident in the outpouring of love and support. The tragic death of Big Juke serves as a stark reminder of the violence that continues to plague communities, both within and outside the music industry. It is a reminder that even amid success, tragedy can strike, leaving loved ones and fans grappling with grief and unanswered questions. As the investigation into Big Juke's death continues, the hope is that justice will be served and that incidents like these will spark conversations about the need for change. The hip-hop community has faced its fair share of losses over the years, and each tragedy serves as a call to action to address the root causes of violence and create safer environments for artists and their communities. The legacy of Big Juke will live on through his music, his impact on the CMG label, and the memories shared by those who knew and loved him. As we move forward, let us remember the importance of unity, love, and support within the hip-hop community and beyond. Connection to rap beef. Anthony Big Juke Mim was the 47-year-old elder brother of renowned Memphis rapper and record label mogul Yo Gotti. While Big Juke wasn't an artiste, he was actively involved in Gotti's record company, the Collective Music Group, popularly known as CMG label. Although no one really knew what his official title within the label was, or whether he even had one, Big Juke was often seen at the side of the label's artists at various events. This led people in the music industry at large to believe he was involved in the business side of things, such as scouting talent and helping manage and promoting projects for the company. Regardless of his role in CMG, Big Juke and his brother Yo Gotti created a musical partnership that would propel them both to new heights. Together, the record label grew to new heights, and their songs resonated with audiences far beyond the borders of Memphis. Like every celebrity, the brothers also had their fair share of controversy, but in their case, it would prove deadly. The world of hip-hop is no stranger to rivalries and conflicts, but few have been as intense and long-standing as the feud between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph. These two Memphis-based rappers found themselves on opposite sides of a bitter divide, with tensions escalating over the years. The origins of their conflict can be traced back to a clash of egos and territorial disputes within the Memphis music scene. As both artists gained popularity and success, their paths inevitably crossed, leading to a collision course that would have far-reaching consequences. The tension between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph played out in the public eye, with diss tracks, social media jabs, public confrontations, and even active shootings becoming the norm. Fans and industry insiders alike were drawn into the drama, taking sides and fueling the fire. The feud between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph reached its boiling point when Young Dolph was tragically shot and killed in 2021. The news sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, leaving many to wonder if the former had any involvement in the incident. Rumors and speculation spread like wildfire, with some suggesting that the conflict between both rappers had finally turned deadly. However, it is important to note that there is no concrete evidence linking Yo Gotti to the murder, and the investigation into Young Dolph's death is still ongoing. Despite the lack of evidence, the tragic death of Young Dolph only intensified the speculation and conspiracy theories surrounding Yo Gotti. Some fans and online communities began to connect the dots, drawing their own conclusions about the events that had unfolded. While the hip-hop industry was still reeling from the death of Young Dolph, they were once again left shocked when news broke of Big Juke's tragic and untimely death. The fatal shooting outside a restaurant in Memphis sent shockwaves through the music industry and left a void that would be felt for years to come. As the hip-hop community mourned the loss of yet another talented artist, the impact of Big Juke's death reverberated far beyond the streets of Memphis. Fans, fellow musicians, and industry insiders all grappled with the devastating loss and the unanswered questions surrounding his murder. The shooting added a new layer of intrigue to Yo Gotti and the late Young Dolph's feud, with many speculating about the motives behind the attack. Some believed it was a direct result of the ongoing beef between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, claiming that Big Juke's death was a revenge shooting for the murder of Young Dolph. However, others believed that Big Juke's shooting may have been a separate incident unrelated to their feud. The investigation into the shooting is ongoing, and the full details have yet to be revealed. Overall, the lives and deaths of Anthony Mims, aka Big Juke, and Young Dolph have left an indelible mark on the hip-hop community. Their stories are a reminder of the triumphs and tragedies that can accompany fame and success. The feuds, conflicts, and untimely deaths have sparked speculation, conspiracy theories, and calls for change within the music industry. As fans mourn the loss of these talented artists, they also reflect on the need for unity, collaboration, and the end of violence. The investigations into their deaths continue, and the search for justice and truth remains ongoing. Through it all, their legacies live on, inspiring future generations of artists to embrace their unique voices and strive for a better, safer industry. HipHop Violence. The deaths of Big Juke and Young Dolph serve as haunting reminders of the dangerous reality faced by artists in this cutthroat industry. Their tragic demise has sent shockwaves through the music community, forcing us to confront the harsh truth about the perils that lurk behind the glitz and glamour. To understand the current state of violence in the rap industry, we must delve into its origins. Rap music, born out of the streets of New York City in the 1970s, was initially a form of self-expression and a means to shed light on the struggles of marginalized communities. It provided a platform for artists to voice their frustrations and share their experiences with the world. However, as rap gained popularity and commercial success in the 1980s and 1990s, a darker side began to emerge. The rise of gangsta rap, characterized by its gritty lyrics and tales of street life, brought violence to the forefront of the genre. Artists like Tupac Shakur and the Notorious Big became synonymous with the gangsta rap movement, their lyrics reflecting the harsh realities of the neighborhoods they grew up in. The glorification of violence in rap lyrics became a controversial topic, with critics arguing that it perpetuated negative stereotypes and encouraged real-life violence. The media sensationalized these lyrics, often taking them out of context and using them to demonize the entire genre. Rap music became a scapegoat for societal issues, unfairly blamed for the violence that plagued inner-city communities. One of the most shocking incidents in the history of rap violence occurred in the mid-1990s when the East Coast-West Coast rivalry reached its peak. The feud between the Notorious Big and Tupac Shakur captivated the nation and ultimately led to their tragic deaths. The murders of these two iconic rappers sent shockwaves through the industry, highlighting the dangerous consequences of the escalating tensions. The deaths of Biggie and Tupac were not isolated incidents. Over the years, numerous other prominent rappers have lost their lives to gun violence. Artists like XXXTentacion, Nipsey Hussle, Pop Smoke, and Takeoff met untimely ends, leaving behind grieving fans and a void in the music world. These tragedies serve as a stark reminder of the ongoing violence that plagues the rap industry. The violence that permeates the rap industry extends far beyond the headlines and the tragic deaths of beloved artists. It leaves a lasting impact on the individuals involved, their families, and the communities they represent. For many artists, violence becomes an inescapable part of their reality. Growing up in neighborhoods plagued by crime and poverty, they are often exposed to violence from an early age. This exposure can shape their worldview and influence their artistic expression. The pressure to maintain a certain image, to be seen as tough and invincible, can lead to a perpetuation of violence within the industry. The psychological toll of this violence cannot be overstated. Artists constantly face the fear of becoming targets themselves, living in a state of constant paranoia. The loss of friends and colleagues to gun violence creates a sense of grief and trauma that lingers long after the headlines fade. The toll on mental health is immense, with many artists struggling with anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Furthermore, the impact of violence extends beyond the artists themselves. It affects their families, who must grapple with the loss of their loved ones and the burden of grief. The communities these artists come from also bear the brunt of the violence, as it perpetuates a cycle of trauma and despair. The loss of talented individuals who could have been positive role models and agents of change is a tragedy that reverberates throughout these communities. The media plays a significant role in perpetuating the narrative of violence in the rap industry. Sensationalized headlines and negative portrayals in the news contribute to the stigmatization of rap music and its artists. This further marginalizes the communities these artists come from, reinforcing stereotypes and hindering progress. However, it is important to recognize that the rap industry is not solely defined by violence. Many artists use their platform to address social issues, advocate for change, and uplift their communities. They become beacons of hope, using their success to give back and inspire others. It is crucial to amplify these voices and highlight the positive contributions of rap music. To address the issue of violence in the rap industry, we must consider comprehensive solutions that tackle the root causes. Investing in education, providing access to resources and opportunities, and promoting community engagement are crucial steps towards breaking the cycle of violence. Mentorship programs and initiatives that support aspiring artists can provide alternatives to the streets and offer guidance to those who need it most. Additionally, fostering dialogue and collaboration between artists, community leaders, and law enforcement can help bridge the gap and build trust. By working together, we can create safer environments for artists to thrive and contribute positively to their community. One way industry leaders can address violence is by fostering a culture of accountability. They can implement policies and guidelines that discourage the glorification of violence in lyrics and public personas. By promoting positive messages and encouraging artists to use their platform responsibly, industry leaders can help shift the narrative surrounding rap music. Furthermore, industry leaders can support initiatives that provide resources and support for artists affected by violence. This can include mental health services, counseling, and mentorship programs. By investing in the well-being of artists, industry leaders can create an environment that nurtures their talent and protects protects their safety. It is also crucial for industry leaders to collaborate with law enforcement and community organizations to address violence within the industry. By working together, they can develop strategies to prevent violence, intervene in potential conflicts, and provide support to artists who may be at risk. This collaboration can help bridge the gap between the rap industry and the communities it represents. The media also plays a significant role in shaping public perception and influencing the narrative surrounding violence in the rap industry. It is essential for media outlets to approach the topic responsibly, avoiding sensationalism and stereotypes. By highlighting the positive contributions of rap music and shedding light on the efforts to address violence, the media can help shift the conversation and promote a more nuanced understanding of the industry. In addition to the efforts of industry leaders, it is crucial for fans and consumers of rap music to demand change. By supporting artists who promote positive messages and actively work towards addressing violence, fans can contribute to a shift in the industry's culture. This includes holding artists accountable for their actions and supporting initiatives that aim to create safer environments for artists. In conclusion, the issue of violence in the rap industry is a complex and multifaceted problem that requires a comprehensive approach. We have explored the roots of violence in rap music, the devastating impact it has on artists and communities, and the role of industry leaders in addressing this issue. It is crucial to recognize that rap music is not solely defined by violence, but rather a reflection of the societal challenges faced by artists. By addressing the systemic issues that perpetuate violence, investing in education and opportunities, and fostering dialogue and collaboration, we can create a safer and more responsible rap industry. The death of Big Juke, Young Dolph, and other rappers who have lost their lives to these senseless shootings serves as a wake-up for industry leaders, artists, fans, and the media to ensure they work towards a future where violence is no longer synonymous with the industry. As we come to the end of this video, we weigh the significance and impact of Yo Gotti's statement to gang members and how a movement against violence in the rap community can be ignited. For more thought-provoking videos like this, click on the card showing on your screens and I'll be waiting.